You got a handful of people running for McAllen School Board Place 3, the old John Ball seat. He decided to not seek re-election this time around. One of those people looking for that seat is the man to my left, Raul Moreno. How you doing today?
Doing good, partner, doing good.
So why do you want to run for school board?
Well, you know, that's interesting you asked that question because people ask, why are you running? What made you decide? And I prefer the later, what made you decide? And my wife is actually an educator. She's been an educator for 12 years. My kids are part of the system, 69-year-old, so she's in first, and then he's in first, and you have her in fourth. And you know, we know the way government works sometimes, it's a process. So in 5 years, my daughter will be in high school, my son will be in junior high, and the decisions that we're making today are going to affect them and all their friends and our friends' kids and everybody else. Thus, you know, look at the guy who's sitting in high school right now. In 4 years, they're going to graduate, and they're going to become products of our community. So what can we do for them today to help them be better? And that's my main interest, just to make sure we're heading the right path as far as education and opportunities across the board. You're
a family man. You're seeing the student side of all of these decisions firsthand. And do you have any ideas on how you want to improve McAllen ISD?
Well, the first idea, and it shouldn't be an idea, it should be just natural. We need to be able to respect our educators and our teachers. They're the ones that our children see first. They're the last ones they see. They spend more time with our kids than we even spend with them at home at sometimes. So they have the largest influence, and we need to make sure that they're comfortable in their setting. Now, they do go to school to be educated, to become educators, and we have to respect that. Sometimes we forget because we're so displaced outside of the classroom level. We don't understand how children's minds react and think, and our educators, that's what they're trained for. And sometimes the administrators, you know, administrators make decisions, but they have to realize that our educators are in the classroom for our children. That's number one and foremost. So to me, that's where we need to head, respect them. Now, there's other things that we want to do as well. And you can call it equity or equality in education, but we need to start in pre-K. We're losing funds, we're losing revenue. At the same time, we're losing opportunity for our students and for our families by not offering pre-K and after-school programs. If we want to stay competitive in the market with the school system, we need to start doing pre-K, after-school programs as well. Now, at the same time, we also need to focus on other educational opportunities like your vocational training. Now, I know some of the buildings are not adequate for vocational training, but at the same time, if we're going to build, we got to build with a purpose, with a vision and a sight. If I want to expand a welding curriculum, and we know that welding is a sought-out market, especially right now with the oil boom, why don't we give our students that opportunity today? Why do we have to wait for them to graduate high school and then go off to a secondary education system where we can take care of those costs now? Just a couple little things that we touch up on, but the major thing that we feel we do bring to the table is going to be the decision-making process. Because all in all, you can't make a decision and make a full effect, and it sounds kind of odd, but it's a board of 7 that come together to make a decision to help the 8th person who makes the decision, which is the superintendent. So we sit there as advisors and the liaison between the superintendent and the community. So we like to have the opportunity to be the voice for our community to make those decisions.
You laid out a lot of great proposals and plans and ideas, and the one thing that comes to mind is money. There was a big school bond proposal a while back. It got shot down. How do you propose the school board gets the money for all these things? And were you a fan of the bond?
I wasn't a fan of the bond the way it was presented. And I guess I'll use your word, a fan of. I'm not a fan of the bond, but I am a fan of improving our facilities, without a doubt. Now, there's different ways you can get there, but it appeared the simplest and easiest way at that point was to come up with a bond and let our people vote on it and see what they decide. Now, we know that that's going to be difficult because nobody wants to pay higher taxes. Now, if we break it down in simple terms, if we were to educate our parents on why it's important for your student to attend MISD, we can start there. Currently, right now, we are losing about $3 million just on students with attendance on ADA. $3 million. Now, if we go on the students that are 1,500 that were registered at one time with MISD and no longer part of the school district, now we're talking about $8 million. Then if we go to another 2,500 who are not even part of the district, never even registered, but live in McAllen School District Zone, you're talking about $14 million a year. Put those numbers together, and you're going to see yourself, we probably don't need a bond. We just need to educate our families, our community, our parents, why it's important for your students to attend. At the same time, those who have chosen to attend other schools, whether it be a charter school, a private school, let them know that McAllen ISD is the greatest district and what we're doing right. Not what we're doing wrong, what we're doing right and what you want to be a part of. Because that's the competitive edge that we have, but we're not taking advantage of it. So the solution is simple in my mind. It starts with a plan. We got to start at point A and then continue with it. But if we were just focused on our attendance and our recruitment, I don't think we would need a bond.
You have a lot of good insight on the school board, but I got to ask, what's your background on education and applying for this job?
Well, the background in education, well, I'm not an educator, that's for sure. My wife's an educator. I have a Bachelor's of Business Administration and Marketing and from UTRGV, which was UTPA back then. I joke and I say, I have so many attempted hours I can be a doctor. But I do have my bachelor's, and I do realize we all learn different ways. We all have different challenges, financial, personal, whatever the case may be. And we need to be able to adapt to that, and we need to be able to accommodate, not necessarily overly accommodate, but give options for those who are in the system. Now, at the same time, our educators have their own issues as well, and we need to be, I can't find the word, but we need to be open to their suggestions because they are on the front lines. So as far as me having an education background, I don't have an education background. I have a business background. In business, we're taught to create solutions for bottlenecks. And I feel that with the way I think and the way we come up to solutions, that's something that the board can benefit, the school district can benefit from having somebody like me on board.
Go ahead and let the people at home know why they should vote for you for McAllen School Board Place 3.
Well, we're in a unique situation at the moment, and John Ball did step down, and he did a great job as a school board trustee, and it's an open seat. And about 2 years ago, we made a decision: we're going to run for school board, and we're going to run because we want an opportunity to make a difference. And every day we do have that opportunity, but I just feel where we are right now with the school board, and the school board is a moving body. In a couple of weeks, that school board is going to change. In 2 years, that school board may change again. You need to be able to adapt to your surroundings and to those you're working with. With my background in radio and TV communications and sales, that's what we lend ourselves to. We always bring people together for a common goal and a common cause. There's no need to be separated on ideas. It's just a need to have communications and get to the final verdict, to the solution that it can be. Now, the decisions we make are not always going to be the greatest decisions or the right decision, but the concept that you come together to make a decision and just not sit on the sideline and wait for it to happen on its own is a reason why we want the opportunity to make a difference. Now, my background, 16 years I worked with Entravision, which is a radio TV. I did sales for 12 of those years, and station manager, general sales manager, local sales manager, interactive sales manager. We're coming to a point where the advertising aspect is going to become a great opportunity as a revenue stream for the district. And what better way to have somebody like me with my expertise on board to understand that and lead our marketing specialist or the team in the right direction. So with that said, my way of thinking is different. I'm completely objective. I don't come with a set mindset. This is what we're going to do for A, B, C, or D reason. If I come in and say, well, I'm going to go with A, and you agree with B, okay, well, let's sit down, let's talk about it. Maybe your idea is better than my idea. Let's collaborate and make a decision together. That's what I feel the board is missing, and I think we can bring that to the table, given the opportunity to do so.
Do you have a website or any social media that people can reach you at?
Yeah, the social media we have is on Facebook. It's in Raul A. Moreno from McAllen ISD, Place 3.
That's Raul Moreno from McAllen ISD School Board Place 3. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, partner.